Hello and welcome to Kushti TV, the straight talking YouTube channel. Always welcome and always click and subscribe. I need subscribers and also need some feedback. Today's topic is the post-fight between the two Joes. Yes, the great heavyweight clash, Joe Parker and Joe Joyce. What a fantastic fight. And along the way I'm going to give you my thoughts, comments, what I thought of the fight and where they both go from here. But I'm also going to do a bit of dishing. I'm not really a fan of dishing people, but I'm a straight talking channel, and I say as I see. Yes, I'm going to do a bit of dishing in this as well, because I saw a couple of things there I did not agree with. And yeah, so first allow me to congratulate Putney's Joe Joyce on a fantastic performance, and New Zealand's Joseph Parker on a fantastic effort. Very, very brave second best Joseph Parker. Yeah, so what did I think of the fight? Fantastic fight. The Juggernaut done what he'd done best. Straight lines, just constant pressure, and in the end it told. A fantastic chin. We saw the tactics of Parker coming in much heavier, trying to trade with the Juggernaut. Well, look, one thing I do know, and I would have thought nearly everybody in boxing knows, that you don't stand and trade with the Juggernaut, because whatever you throw at him, yeah, Joyce just takes it with ease. And of course, Parker's got a great chin as well, but he stood, traded, and finished second best. But he played him right at his very own game. He met a man right in front of him who just keeps going and going and going. And you can't knock the man out. He's almost humanly impossible to knock out. And this was known before the fight. So what I can't understand here is the tactics. I'm sorry, Andy Lee, I think, I don't know you, but you seem a really, really good guy, mate, and a great boxer. So all my credits go there. But I really can't see where you were coming from here, Andy, leading the camp out, taking Parker a stone and a half over his best, lowest fight weight. Now when I say best, lowest fight weight, the lowest weight. Now lowest is not always best. Right, when you have a fighter having to drain yourself, almost on the edge of lacking fluids, you know, starving, hungry, making a weight, then that's a different case. Fighters often are better going up half a stone or so. But we're in the heavyweight division, so weight's not a problem in terms of we don't have weights to make, so we can be as heavy as we want. But here's what I find, and I think, because I've done a bit as an heavyweight, and I think you pack a load on somebody's back, it slows them down. Parker's been as low as 16 stone 10, right? Primed up, speed, ability, you know, still got this fantastic chin to take a shot. Now, these are the best tools to beat a Joseph Parker. Jab, jab, move, keep moving. Jab, jab, keep moving for 12 rounds, because he'll keep going. Jab, move for 12 rounds. You can hit him. He's easy enough to hit. Jab, jab, poke, poke body, poke head. Keep moving, keep moving. Do you remember when Tyson Fury weighed in at 17 stone 12, I think? Under 18 stone against the brilliant Klitschko. Yes, he was boom, boom, tap, tap, boom, move, tap, bang, bang, move. He had the speed. He outboxed the brilliant Vladimir Klitschko, the fantastic, brilliant Vladimir Klitschko. He went in the fight deliberately light. He'd done a job. He used the speed. Parker needed to do this against Joyce. Absolutely. He had to just move, just nick one to the body, one to the head, one counter, 1, 2, 3, move. That's the only chance he had. And I'm sorry, Andy, how you thought you could get your man in at 1 stone 7 pounds above his best fight weight, maybe 1 stone 9 pounds above his best fight weight at 18.5. It's just beyond me. I thought you lost every opportunity you had. So, Andy, mate, if you're watching, I love you as a fighter. I love the way you carry yourself, and I'm sure you're a very good trainer, but I've got to say, I think you got this wrong. Yeah, I mean, I've done a bit myself. I could go around the ring, feel good at 16 stone. I tried it at 16 stone 7, and mate, I was just nowhere near the same animal. You know, you pack this weight on. A gentleman by the name of Deontay Wilder, he tried it in the trilogy fight. He went up in weight, but you could see he was gassing. He couldn't carry the weight. We're designed to carry a weight around, and that's Parker's normally extremely fit, as a 12 rounds of ease. He just was slowing a bit. He was packed on too much weight for that tactic. Now I think he had it wrong. If he went against Joshua, and trust me, I think if you booked that fight to Joshua, he would have beaten Joshua. If he got right in his face and fought with that sort of weight and ready to take punches and, you know, put himself on the line, I think he reversed the roles. He should have done more of the Joshua tactic, hit and run against Joyce. So I just think it's a wrong tactic. That's my take. But anyway, great warrior Joseph Parker. I'm sure Andy Lee will take on this, and it's easy after the event, but I'm sure you'll take on this. Have a look back. Joseph Parker, I've got a message for Joseph Parker who's out there watching this. Mate, you have lost to 3 British fighters, and every single time I arguably think you've had the wrong tactic. Against Joshua, I thought the fight was even for about 8 or 9. And I don't know what the cards say, because a certain person's had him semi-fixed, in my opinion. You're behind on the cards, but in my book, you're even through 8 and 9. And you just never quite laid it on the line. If you put that brave performance like you did last night, albeit the wrong tactic against Joshua, I'm convinced you would have beaten him. And you was a little naive against Dillian Whyte. You allowed Dillian Whyte to push you, lean on you, elbow you on the through shots, elbow you on the ropes, and you was just a little bit too much Mr. Nice Guy there. There's 3 fights here. Last night you really did go right out on your shield. Fantastic warrior you are. And I think your age of 13, you've got a lot more to give. I think evaluate those defeats, their fights. You certainly maybe not have been able to win last night's one, but you could have done much closer. Although you put a great account of yourself. That's my take. I think you should have a rest. There's some big fights out there, and if you go in with the same psychology, with the right tactic against whoever you're fighting, you can win lots of fights out of these big, maybe arguably 2 or 3 being Usyk, Fury and Joyce. And you really will lift the belt again if you want it, of some description. You might have to wait for it to get slightly diluted, the heavyweight scene, but you really are a true warrior. You've got a great chin. The thing about boxing is we need to beat the man in the corner. Let's get that tactic right to start with. So it's 16 stone 9 for that fighter, 17 stone 11 for that fighter. Arguably yes, but let's get it in the right order. And you do have a future. Yeah, so please don't retire. Keep carrying on, Joseph Parker. Have a rethink. Go back to the drawing board. Learn off these defeats. You can come back if you want, and you will one day lift some version of a title, I'm sure. Joseph Joyce, where do we go from here? Big Joe Joyce. Yeah, well, you got the world at your feet, but what should be happening here? We're actually now we should be having a Fury Usyk fight, and you should be right in line, Joyce, for the winner. But what we have here, we have Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua as a team, basically screwing it up for the fans. Not screwing it up for themselves, because they're making more money than they can burn, but they're screwing it up for us. Every fight, so protected, every fight there's a return clause to try and get it back. Well, he's had the return clause with Usyk, hasn't done it. Done it with Ruiz, and that's sort of quite a fair out in Saudi Arabia. 3 defeats, but he's nosing in people's business, yeah, where he should be out, mate. You know, AJ, you know, I think boxing knows. Well, look, if you don't know, that's fine. You've got to have belief, so you can have your own opinion. But I think Eddie Hearn knows, and I know that you do not have any answer for Joe Joyce. You should be at least 4th, possibly 5th, at least, probably, in my opinion, 5th behind Deontay Wilder, and you shouldn't be getting in the way for the public, for the sport we love and the sport we pay for. You should be just nosed out the main party. You should be off the top podium, right, and you should just be behind the medals, mate, because you're not quite there and you're spoiling it. It should be a Usyk, Joshua, and then the rightful winner takes on the juggernaut. That's what we want to see. But you're nosing in your gate crashing parties and protected. And where do you go when you get beat again? Because that's what's going to happen if you fight Fury. Where do you go from there? I don't know. But anyway, that's my take. He's gate crushing the party. You haven't won your right to fight Fury, all right? And you're taking good, honest, solid fighters, brilliant, honest professionals like Joyce out of the way. And one wonders how much some of these heavyweights after last night's performance are trying to buy father time on the brilliant, yes, what seems not only brilliant in the ring, Joyce, but a fantastic gentleman out of it. You see the pressure trying to get him to hype, talk fights, etc, etc, and the bloke just ain't got badness in him. He just wants to, Daniel Dubois tried to dish him a bit. He just hasn't got it in him. All he wants to do is a nice guy. He's a giant. He's good at what he does. He wants to put his gloves on and he wants to go boxing and have a fight. And people that ain't quite good enough are disrupting him. I wonder if you're trying to let him become 40 before he really gets on there. So let's hope that don't happen. Yes, the London boy, yes, the English boy, the British boy, he gets us where he gets deserved for our country, for the fight game. He gets what he deserves, an imminent crack. And let's have it of the winner of Usyk and Fury, but gate crusher in the way. Anyway, tell me what you think. Yeah, am I dishing a little bit, AJ? Yeah, you're just Eddie Earn, you're just getting in the way, mate. Move over, let us have the right fights. Yeah, we just know it's going to be another defeat. It's going to put everything 8 months down the line, and we don't want to see that. And people at 37-year-old like the brilliant Joyce, who don't want to wait 8 months. He wants to have his crack in 8 months. Anyway, you click subscribe. Tell me what you thought your comments are on my idea of the wrongful tactics of Andy Lee. Tell me, keep your comments coming. And my idea of Andy Joshua getting in the way of what is a great heavyweight division. Okay, remember, click subscribe, tune in, keep the comments coming. Next time, box safe.